Alright guys, we are going to do our second ride here on the mighty PCX. Yeah, loving this thing guys, man. Really, seriously, this thing's awesome. Okay, so I noticed when I was coming out here, it looks like the battery on my iPhone is taking a dump, so I'm going to have to go get a new battery. This is an old iPhone 8 that I use for, my speedometer and, as a backup camera for stuff. So a battery on that thing, of course, is going to cost $100. Yay. That's always nice. So, wow. The popo. They're coming for me. You hardly ever see these guys around here. Even though the police station's just about 2 blocks away, you never see them. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to go hit this Paintertown Road, which is a real nice, scenic country road drive. It's very windy, and I think it's straight uphill basically the whole way. I rode on it with the Navi once. Now, I have gotten rid of the Bergman. I traded the Bergman for this. A straight up trade. The guy wanted the Bergman, so I said, okay, you want a Bergman? I'll take this. Now, this bike has a much higher resale value than the Bergman, so, I really wasn't opposed to doing it. That way, I wouldn't have to sell the Bergman because I've been saving up money to buy a new bike in the spring. I have about $2,800 saved, and I could sell this, or I could probably get a couple grand for this thing. I mean, this is a 2011, but it only has 4,000 miles on it. So I mean, that's basically nothing on a Honda. I mean, let's be real. Hondas, these things run forever. Okay. And the thing is, in cherry condition, it has a couple of scuffs where it looks like, somebody tipped it over or something like that. So it's got a few scuffs on the side, but other than that, it's clean as a whistle, So I'm gonna ride this baby out to the end, and by spring, I may have the whole $6 grand saved up. To buy the Rebel or the Kawasaki 500, whichever one I want to get. I'm not sure. I think it's going to be the Rebel, though. The thing about the Hondas, the resale value on the Hondas is so much better. I was also looking at a Grom, but I don't know. I want to go on some highway rides, so I might just have to stick with something a little bit bigger, to be able to go out on the highway. The Grom looks like a lot of fun, but it is what it is on that. This bike is taking these hills and these turns. It handles, very nicely. It steers very nice. It's way nicer than the Navi. One of these PCX, I would recommend this way over the Navi. Way over the Navi. Navi's great, don't get me wrong, I love it, but the PCX is way better. You got a bigger tank, you can go a lot further between stopping at the gas station, It's got bigger tires. I think it's got 14-inch tires, front and back, where the Navi has 11 or a 10 on the back, or 12 on the front and a 10 in the back, something like that. And it's just not as good at handling and taking the bumps as this thing. This thing's way better for handling and that type of stuff. So, yeah, this is what you want to get right here. If you're looking for this type of bike with an automatic and, you know, that type of stuff, you want to go with something like this over a Navi, in my opinion, okay? The Navi is great fun to ride, don't get me wrong, but this is just better. Yeah, it costs a little bit more money, but it's a better product. Another thing is just way faster. You know, the Navi, I think I got the Navi to go up to 50 miles an hour one time, but this thing, it goes 50 is easy to get on this thing. You can get 60 on this thing, and this is the 125 version. This ain't even the 150 or the 160 version. This is the original PCX with the 125 engine. You know, now the new ones will go up to, you know, like 75 with the 160 engine. So, you know, 160 cc's. This is a 125. The Navi's a 109. I told you earlier I got rid of the Bergman. I loved it. Okay, don't get me wrong. I loved the Bergman. It was great for the highway. I was going 80 miles an hour on that thing, no problem whatsoever. No shimmying or anything like that. It was rock solid. But, it kind of just outgrew its usefulness for me because I knew the resale on it wasn't going to be that good. And even if I could get $2,000 for it, it was going to take me a long time to be able to achieve that, getting that $2,000. So I was going to have it for sale for a long time. And I made this trade because I was like, okay, I could sell this a lot faster in the spring. Once spring comes, I can dump this PCX way faster than I could sell the Bergman. So that was part of the equation of selling this thing, selling that Bergman. Great runner, never had a problem with it. Ran like a top. As a matter of fact, the guy I traded it to, he put 500 miles on it in the first 2 days he had it. Because, he actually dropped off this to my house and picked up the Bergman, and we didn't go, switch the titles or nothing for a couple of days. And when I went to his house to go to the, messenger service to switch the titles over, he told me, he goes, Brian, I can just put 500 miles on this thing in 2 days. He goes, I love the hell out of it. So I said, hey, I'm glad you're happy, So we, went to the messenger service that morning and took care of business. So I'd actually already insured this thing days before I had, called up the insurance company and put it on there. Liability insurance on this and the Rebel. I have liability only on them because, they're used bikes. I don't care if they get destroyed, they get destroyed. But liability insurance on this and the Rebel 250 together for a whole year is $85 with Progressive. So yeah, I mean, it's yeah, motorcycle insurance is really cheap for liability. So make sure you get your bikes insured at least, because it's so cheap. Don't drive around without any insurance. Now we're in a little area called Harrison City right now. Hey guys, if you get a chance, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to be doing more travel videos next year. I think I'm going to use this bike here for my travel videos, if I don't sell it, of course, and if I do, I'll use the new one for it. But this thing has the luggage on there, and it has all that storage, so I'll be able to, haul a bunch of stuff around with me on this thing, where I can't do that on some of that other stuff. Now that Rebel, I got some saddlebags actually from one of my electric bikes. I was able to modify them on there pretty good, so they're on there permanently. I've never taken them back off. So I got them on there. I mean, that Rebel, it did come with, luggage. I'm not a big fan of that dresser look, with the big hard bags on the side and, all that stuff. I'm not a fan of that look. So when I sell the thing, I'll probably, all that stuff will be thrown in, because the guy that I got it from, he tossed it all in for me, sissy bars and all that stuff. So it's all in a box in the garage. If I sell it, I'll throw all that in. But if I get the new Rebel, the 2025, I'm certainly not going to keep the 2008. I'll definitely sell that. And that bike runs great. Those people that had it before me, they took really, really good care of that thing. That thing don't have a scratch on it. That thing's never, ever been dropped. I mean, it's about as cherry as it gets. Okay, we're coming up here on the Penn Trafford Stadium, the high school stadium. Route 993. We're on 130 right now. You can see the sign up there, and then we're intersecting with Route 993. I mean, as you guys can tell, I'm doing less of the electric bike thing, even though electric bikes are popular and it gets more views, and I've turned down some electric. I just think the motorcycles are more fun. Okay, that's just my opinion. Okay, yeah, the electric bikes are nice, But the reality of the electric bikes is you're limited in your amount of fun. Okay, so it's like a fun limiting product. They're great fun for an hour. Okay, so you get like an hour of enjoyment out of it, because that's how long the batteries are going to last. You know, because pedaling them things without batteries, you know, that's a no-go for me, because I'm 66 years old. So, you know, it's hard for me to pedal stuff like that that's normal. You know, it's harder to pedal than a normal bike by far, you know. So you take the bike, you know, you load it in your car, you drag it all the way to the, you know, the trails. Yeah, and then you go out on the trail for an hour, and that's the end of it, you know. Then you got to lug it back in the car and, you know, drag it all the way home. With the motorcycle, I can just hop on here. I can go for 300 miles if I want, you know. I don't know what I can get on this thing gets like 100 and something miles a gallon, and so it has like a 2-gallon tank. I think it's, or 2 point something. So, you know, I could go 300 miles, no sweat, with this thing. So, yeah, no problem. Carry my little extra, you know, I have this little, like, quart emergency gas can. It's like a quart bottle. So you add that to the 2.8 gallons of this, it's 120 miles a gallon, or 110 miles a gallon, then you can go 300 miles. Wow. You know, without even stopping. So, yeah. The motorcycles are just, for adventure stuff, the motorcycles are the way to go over the electric bikes. The electric bikes are still fun. I actually still have 2 electric bikes. I've sold off the rest of them. I got 2 left. And I haven't accepted anything for a while as far as bikes go. So I think I'm just probably going to take off the winter with the bikes and maybe pick up something in the spring and start something else going on with that. I still have a scooter I haven't opened yet that I have to do a review on, but it's more of a, you know, a kid scooter, you know, a young person's scooter, you know. So I'm going to take care of that, and then maybe just wait till spring to do any more electric bike stuff. I mean, I still have stuff to post. You know, I make a lot of videos and just put them on the back burner. But as far as, you know, anything new going on, that's not happening right now. Okay, we just went through Manor, PA. That was beautiful downtown Manor right there. Forgot to turn off the turn signal. I know that probably pissed somebody off, right? I do that sometimes. I'm old, right? I forget things. I'm like Joe Biden. I'm old and forgetful. This is Westmoreland City, a nice little town, real nice. Boy, it's really windy out today, man. Wow. Stuff's almost blowing me over. Yay, we're almost home. It's so windy out here. It's blowing me over. All right, guys. Have a nice day, man. I will talk to you later.